One more question.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know what verse it was, but in the Bible, I don't know if it was Psalms or something like that. But he says that we were gods, or we are gods.
Yeah, get that.
Right.
Psalms what, 82?
So if I say, yo, peace, God, would you subscribe to me, say, calling you a god, or would there be some conflict with me calling you a god?
It shouldn't. It shouldn't.
Because you are a god.
Yeah.
That's right.
It says it in the Bible.
Right. We're gonna read it. Read.
Right.
Psalms 82, verse 6. No, I have said, ye are gods.
Yeah.
And all of you are the children of the Most High.
So God said, you are a God, and children of the Most High. But now listen to this last part. Read.
But ye shall die like men.
But you're going to die like men. Why? You got the God mentality somewhat, but you ain't fully developing.
Right.
Because gods, right? Gods don't murder other gods.
Bring it out.
God stand up and do what's right.
Right.
God had that righteous mind and what? Keeping laws.
That's right.
Hey, I got no problem saying, hey, bro, you a God. Because what? Our people got their mind set in the lower state.
Right.
Like we read earlier in Deuteronomy 28. Our people's with what? Madness and blindness. They so madness they can't see themselves as a God.
Right.
They blindness because they don't see the form as a God.
It says that they have a veil over there.
Yes.
Something in the Bible there that
Yes, they got a veil. They can't see. They can't see. Believe it or not, look at how all our people's out here. All our brothers and sisters out here. How come you the only one here?
Bring it out. Right.
How come you the only one here? Because you see that God form.
Right.
You see it. Now let's read it again.
Verse 6.
Because that brother right there is a God form. That brother walking right there. That brother coming up the block.
That's
He's
right.
God form. They got to act the God form. You say you want to be a God, you want that title, brother, act like it. Stop killing another brother that look like you.
Right.
Stop selling drugs to the brother that look like you.
Right.
Why you gonna fight the brother that accidentally step on you? Be a man. And speak up, say, hey man, this could be avoided. It's not like they say, oh, that's a punk. Really? Have respect for one another as a punk? That's when you be considered a God. Have respect for one another.
Right.
Read that again.
You want God of gods?
Yeah, we're gonna get that next.
Verse 6. I have said, ye are gods.
Yeah.
And all of you are children of the Most High.
Children of the Most High. The blacks, Hispanics, and their American Indians are God's chosen people.
That's right.
Are God's people.
Right. But ye shall die like men.
But you're going to die like men. Why? Because you left off the godly form of keeping God's laws.
Right.
You got to keep God's laws to be that godly state.
Right.
The only way to be called a God, you got to follow the God. You got to follow the one true God according to the Bible.
Right.
Now get what you have. Read that.
Deuteronomy 10 verse 17.
Yeah.
For the Lord your God.
For who?
For the Lord your God.
For the Lord your God, the one that you're supposed to be following and take after his name as a God. Read.
Is God of gods.
Is gods of gods. Why? Because you're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right. Bring it out.
You finish it? Read.
And Lord of lords, a great Lord, a mighty and a terrible, which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward.
Or take you for war. But guess what? For you to tap into that God, say, what do you got to do? Give me that to keep the law. What do you got to do?
You got to obey all the commandments. That's what you got to do.
Right.
Follow all the commandments.
Right.
Matter of fact, that's actually perfect love, too.
That is.
Right.
That is. That's a God state form.
Right.
It's not hugging and kissing.
Right, because believe it or not, if our brothers follow the God state form, believe it or not, our sisters will follow the princess mode.
That's right.
They'll follow suit.
I got one other question for you.
Yeah, before you ask, let's read this.
Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
No.
And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So it says, Israel, talking to the blacks, Hispanics, and their American Indians. Israel, what does God require of you? What does God wants from you? From you. Because a lot of our people don't know that. They don't know what God wants from them.
They think they're here for themselves.
Right. A lot of times when they go through chaos or problems, they want to ask for God. God has already given you a solution before you go to your problem.
Right.
God said, hey, before you come to me, I already gave you the solution. This is what I require of you to do so you won't have too much chaos in your life.
Word.
Read that again.
And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God,
your God, what?
require of thee?
Wants from you. Wants from you. That's why a lot of people go to church to find out what God wants. What does God want from me? I want to know.
Word.
I want to know what God wants from me so I can do it. Read.
But to fear the Lord.
What?
To fear the Lord thy God.
Read.
To walk in all his ways.
Read.
And to love him.
Read.
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Read.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
To keep what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
To keep the commandments of God.
That's
what he wants. That's how he tap into that God state.
That's
He's telling you, you want to be God? You are a God, but you need to start acting like a God.
That's right.
Here's the instruction. It's not hard. He gave you the instructions to be a God, but you don't want to follow it, but then you want to be called a God.
Bring it out.
But it's not wrong of putting that in our brother's mind. Right? Like we said before, they got madness and blindness.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is